is up, Salad Tossers? JJ back here from Rump Your Bets with another free pick for it. This time it's going to be NFL for Thursday, October the 7th. Game is going to be played between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Current betting spread is Rams minus 2.5. Total 54.5. It was great to grab another win last week on the Thursday Night Football video, albeit a prop. I know Crimea River cuckolds. Props pay the same as for many. And look, I don't give props often anyway, so I'm more of a spread better. But regardless, nice little win there with Joe Mixon under his rush yards, which really was never in doubt. We're close to a 10-game sample with this, which once we get there, I will post the weekly record. But as of now, to date, 4-3, plus 1.4U on these vids, with a nice little back-to-back cashers for Thursday Night Football. I do, however, want to talk real quick on the new Sopranos prequel, because it has me quite perturbed. Now, I'm no Ebert and Roper, but this movie was a complete botch job. Splat, as my Rotten Tomatoes folks would say. Imagine selling, a movie on how Tony Soprano came to be Tony Soprano, and the movie is like barely about him. You guys remember when like Suicide Squad came out a few years back, and people like rioted because the Joker was barely in it? Okay, maybe rioted was a bit strong, but we were sold a fallacy, right? The Saints of Newark was also a fallacy. Let's just introduce random new characters into the mix that no one's ever heard of, create storylines never mentioned in 6 entire seasons of Sopranos, and then let's add like a twist that makes no sense whatsoever. The younger versions of characters were also a mess. Sure, I guess as a casual watch, movie was decent, but just made no sense relative to the Sopranos TV show storyline. I currently have a case open with the FBI because someone needs to go to jail for this travesty. I haven't really slept good since I watched it. The good news is it's really not bothering me all that much. LOL. All right, look, I'll go right into the play here. Now, real quick, though, as you can see, the Vikings gear is back. The hat, the shirt, if you guys remember from Saturday, right in the good mojo, right? A little sweep with this gear on. So we'll go right back to it. My favorite look here is under 54.5. Got this minus 105 at DK in New Jersey. Simply a massive number for both teams here. I'm going to start with the Hawks. While I understand both these teams are built to play offense better than defense, Seahawks offense has been a bit of smoke and mirrors, right? I mean, look, I live bet the Seahawks on Sunday when Jimmy G went out or didn't come out for the second half. So I figured Lance would struggle to move the ball in his first NFL outing, which would result in Seattle having more or longer possessions offensively. As I often say, your best defense is often good offense. When your offense goes 3 and out often, puts a lot of strain on your defense. This Rams team just lost a game to the Cardinals where they were trounced in time of possession. Goes back to that whole point. I'd expect this time around for the Rams to want to slow things down here, along with the Seahawks, actually both of them, to be honest, as it relates to time of possession. It's going to translate to less opportunities for really both teams to score, including, of course, the Seahawks, as we're mentioning. I'm also here to say that this Rams defense has to improve this year. I don't mean it like that's life or death, like we have to see a better version of them. I mean like there's just so many similar faces to last year. This was such a good defense last year. And somehow they've looked completely out of sorts this year. Now, sure, Brandon Staley's gone, but Raheem Morris, can't continue to have these growing pains defensively, especially with all this talent on that side of the ball. Bucks and Cardinals back-to-back's no easy task for any defense, but they just got to be better. One thing we know about Russ last year was he really struggled to score against this defense. 3 games last year, none of which 20 points were eclipsed by the Seahawks. Seahawks are actually second best in the league right now in terms of yards per play. But who have they seen, right? I mean, the Colts, Titans, Vikings, and the 49ers. And if we can easily agree the 49ers are the best defense there out of the 4, their offense for Seattle looked lifeless against San Francisco, especially in the first half. They were a product of good field position in the second half and then striking while the iron was hot with Lance coming in and the 49ers offense doing nothing. The Rams likely will not be as gratuitous, imagine, for the Seahawks as it relates to the scoreboard. Believe it or not, in terms of yards per play, Seattle was 5th worst offensively this past Sunday versus the 49ers in all of the NFL. Against the Rams, just another tough test for this offense. As for this Rams defense, as I briefly mentioned, this unit's likely to progress to the mean. They just played 2 of the flashier offenses in football and now draw the sometimes puzzling Seattle Seahawks offense. Seattle does play super slow, dead last in the league in plays per game. And they just really try to shorten games. And believe it or not, the Rams do the same. They're 7th lowest in plays per game. And when you incorporate possessions and just how infrequently both these teams turn the ball over, you're really going to need like long, lengthy drives that all end in touchdowns for this to go over. As for the Rams offense, yes, it's looked good, but the sample away from home isn't big by any means, and Seattle's a very tough place to play. Home of the 12th man, as the cool kids say. While Stafford has entered himself into MVP convos early this season, so offense has looked vulnerable in terms of time of possession and turnovers, especially in this Cardinals game, and expect Seattle to really slow this game down, or at least both teams to really try to slow this game down, especially though Seattle, as they've done all season. Now, Pete Carroll's no stranger to Matthew Stafford, and playing him, he's played him I think 4 or 5 times when he was with Detroit, or this Rams offense for that matter, and expect Pete Carroll to put extra attention to Cooper Kupp. Kupp's really elevated himself with Stafford throwing him the football, but look, expect the Hawks to be prepared for it. It's really no surprise, right, what the Rams are trying to do. They're trying to get him the ball in space. Look, as mentioned, both teams play slow, and while efficient, the Rams are going to need a 30-burger here themselves for this to go over. At least that's based on their team total. And the Seahawks just have more question marks on the offensive end than they do the defensive end. I was a little hesitant on this, waiting for the injury report for today, but it looks like everyone's a go, including Jamal Adams. Look, again, I expect a game filled with a lot from the running game, especially on the Seattle side where they just want to bleed clock here. Seattle's path to a home upset is really running the ball effectively and limiting Rams' possessions. If done, this, of course, is going to limit the overall game's possessions and, hopefully result in less scoring, right? I'm even content with yards to pile up, but hey, look, bend, don't break. Let's get field goals. Overall, 54.5, it's a big number. I like this open at 52.5 or 52, and it's kind of spiked up with some steam. And to me, the 52 was a good number. 54.5 is where now I have value. 2.5, 3 points in our favor. And look, you are probably going to get an offensive showcase in terms of yards from both these teams. And this could shoot out. But I think even with a perfect script, this could still go under. Remember, folks, this is a big number to push over. So yes, under 54.5 minus 105 at DK in New Jersey is my look. May the odds be ever in our favor. I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, hope you fall into a sewer. As always, drop comments below your thoughts on the play. Let me know who you like for Thursday Night Football. Also, last week, Nick Rolka, winner, chicken dinner. He's getting himself a shirt. You love to see it. Same thing. Feel free to post 4 games you like for, if you could include this Thursday night game, for Sunday. Including with Sunday as well. You go 4-0, get you over a Rump Your Bets shirt. So yes, feel free to comment, folks. Don't be shy. And also, no one likes a silent stalker. You can say hello. It's not going to kill you. We have a fun-filled weekend coming up with content. More NFL content, more college football content. MLB from Joey Work. A little UFC and live show action as well. I'll be back, tomorrow night with a vid for college football for Friday. But until then, be sure to gamble responsibly. Stay safe, folks, and run pure.